Sword Coast,
Oh my
beyond the
goodness.
Sea of
So
Swords,
many
lie the
subscribers.
Moonshae Isles,
I
home to
I am
magic
feeling
and
love
legacy.
today for
The
those
Isles were
who
recently
do not
threatened
know
with
the
destruction
dinosaurs.
by a
Welcome you
mysterious
to our
figure from the
stream.
past,
We are
wielding the
super
power
excited,
of a vengeful
and
god. Now,
I
as their
think
people
that's
rebuild
a
and
hype train.
alliances are
That's a level
reforged,
3
the
hype
Moonshae
train.
Isles play host
You guys,
to a new
you all
group
are super
of aspiring
amazing.
heroes.
So first off, thank you for being here. This is the premiere of our Moonshae Isles Castle of Skulls actual play stream, and we've got a lot of very exciting content. There are 2 audio streams playing. Hold. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Oh. Oh, you heard. Okay, sorry. All right. Take 2. Now there are 1 audio stream. It's just me. All right. All right. Well, you heard some lovely. That was a preview. That was a preview. Then you started to hear the beginning of that voiceover. All right. But anyways, yeah. Production is hard. So we have been hard at work getting this ready. We had an amazing cast, many of which are here in the chat tonight, and we managed to put this together. So I wanted to take an opportunity to stall for a minute while we get a couple more things ironed out in the background. Because as someone mentioned earlier, it probably looked like a bunch of really harried kobolds in the background getting things ready, and that is very accurate. Ted, Spencer, and I have been frantically working since we wrapped up recording on this series to get everything ready for you. And as natural, when it comes to anything D&D related, there have been hiccups. So we're still working on that. But I want to take an opportunity to chat with everyone, give you a little bit of backstory on Baldman Games and the Moonshae Isles in order to prepare you for this show, allow you to ask any questions that you have, and yeah, all of that jazz. Oh my gosh, people keep cheering. That's so exciting. But yeah, so Moonshae Isles, I was looking for my hard copy of the Moonshae Isles regional guide, so I could, put it up and wave it around and show it to you. But naturally, it's the one book in this house that I cannot find right now. So just, pretend I'm waving it around and everything. We started with a humble idea that Baldman Games would be the premier organizer in charge of leading the Moonshae Isles storylines. And so our original Moonshae story architect was Eric Mingy. And thanks to Eric, we had a very strong start with our Moonshae Isles Rising Shadows storyline, which went on for several years and spawned. I actually don't know the exact number of adventures, but it's well over 50 individual adventures for convention play, most of which you can purchase right now on the Dungeon Masters Guild. If you like, you can also purchase the Moonshae Isle Regionals Guide there. But for those of you who are a little short on funds, you are in luck. For tuning in today, when we hit the break on this show, which this is about a 2-hour stream once we get started, we're going to be doing a giveaway for all of our viewers. So there'll be a little code that you type in chat, and that will enter you into the drawing. And that's you got to follow the channel, which is free. And I see a lot of you have started following. So you're already halfway there, and then you'll type in the thing later, and all the instructions will be on the screen. So do not fret. It's super easy to do, and we'll make sure that somebody out here, some lucky winner, gets a copy of that Moonshae Isles regional guide. Oh my god, hype train success. Look at the little dinosaur faces. You guys. You all are amazing. So, choo choo. I received a level 2 hype train emote. I don't even know what that does. Oh, it's is that a hippopotamus, everybody? It looks like a hippopotamus. I'm old. I'm getting old in my eyeballs. I'm like, what is it? Yeah, Gwen, you bring the hype. So Moonshae Isles Rising Shadows storyline, back to that little hippo eating a cookie. That is exactly right. Uh, brought the Moonshaes to life like never before. And I know that kind of sounds like over the top and everything. The Moonshae Isles were pretty big when they originally. It's a GIF, yes. It is clearly a GIF. Yeah, questions. Yes, questions. Ask them. If you have questions, you don't have to raise your hand. That's so polite of you. Um, yeah. Um, who is the bald man? Oh, that's a great question. Well, one, if you mean in chat right now, Baldman Games is technically me right now, but the bald man is David Christ. Dave, he prefers to be called, or actually just the bald man. He'll answer that as well. Dave Christ is the founder of Baldman Games. He's been doing D&D since D&D was the thing, having grown up in the Midwest, and he founded a little organization back when that worked with the RPGA, the Role Play Gamers Association, which was a big thing back in earlier editions, as they were kind of the premier group that helped organize convention specific events and adventures and whatnot. And Dave, of course, was very passionate. So he wanted, you know, adventures to be available for everyone. So he started this little organization, got some friends together to run games. Friends convinced some more friends, and then we made more friends, and then we made more friends, and now we're a pretty large group of passionate individuals who love to run D&D for strangers who quickly become our new best friends, who love to travel around the country teaching D&D to new people, who love to put on virtual events now, streaming things, pretty much anything related to D&D. We do a lot of content creation now too, both digital like this format as well as written stuff. Obviously, we write a lot of adventures. As a matter of fact, this series is leading up to our next Moonshae Isles storyline. So that one is called Malefic Delusions. And that's going to be, that storyline is led by our new coordinator, Paul Gabat, who you'll see on stream momentarily, and his counterpart, Savannah. And they are incredibly talented. So we're very much looking forward to that. It's not going to have quite the scope of Rising Shadows, which had 20 trilogies. Well, it had it had a 5-part intro, it had 19 trilogies, and 20 was an epic finale, technically. So 18 trilogies, a 5-part intro, and an epic finale. I don't know. That's a lot of D&D. And that was a lot, honestly. So we love Paul and Savannah, and we don't want them to overexert themselves. So we're going to do this on a much more scaled back. We're going to have more information on the Malefic Delusion storyline to come, though. And I don't want to spoil too much about that because that's Paul and Savannah's baby, and we have a lot of exciting announcements upcoming about that. But I will tell you that it is premiering at our next in-person, well, not our next in-person event because that's PAX Unplugged, but our next Baldman Games in-person event, which is Winter Fantasy, and that's in Fort Wayne, Indiana, February 1st through 5th. And that's our annual kind of Baldman Games homecoming. Yeah, and then those new friends run D&D for other new people, and our family grows. And yeah, so that's the Baldman. Storm Dancer, did I answer your question? Yeah. But the Moonshae Isles is rich in lore and history and has gone through a lot of changes and revisions and is a very unique kind of area of the world with a bunch of Celtic influences, and it's kind of distanced from the mainland of Faerun, the Sword Coast, which is what we're most familiar with, and it has actually even during like the I'm gonna use air quotes here, creation of it, which it was originally created, of course, by Ed Greenwood himself. But when it got into publication and everything, they even completely redid it then. If you look up the story of the original map of Faerun, which currently hangs above the game hole in Madison, Wisconsin, owned by Alex Kammer, you'll see that the Moonshaes actually were a bunch of smaller islands originally, and then they took their current form as they are now with a series of somewhat larger islands and some smaller ones there. And that's the Moonshaes that we are playing in. So we've got those Celtic influences. You've got the folk, or as some of us love to say, the folk. And that's a great joke that we don't utter in front of Eric Minge. But it is one that we uttered many times during this stream, and it carried on a little bit beyond that. So hopefully you appreciate all of the fine folk that are participating in this. And I'm reading an update. All right. Yeah, no, we're good. All right. But yeah. So it's got a lot of Feywild influence. The Shadowfell crosses over into it. It's got all of your traditional monsters that you expect to see there. And, you know, a lot of really just rich lore. And, you know, we're hoping that you take all of that from this stream. And I don't know what you're all the most excited about, the most hyped about. You're obviously super hyped. That much is true. And oh my gosh. Thank you for the subscription, George. Sorry for outing you if you don't want your name. Sorry. Some of you, I know your names. Hey. All right. Oh my gosh, there were so many of you. All right. So we'll say that we have a delightful cast. Yeah. And just a little side note to the background. I can absolutely do that. So Spencer, you got it. We've got this. All right. We're having some, you know, technical rendering difficulties, but we are, as always, professionals. So we're gonna take what we got and we're gonna get it going. And you know, this might not be. Oh, Todd, you're delightful. This may not be this first episode. May not be the best rendition of what we've got, since we have worked a little bit on short notice here, which, as always, as TTRPG creators are wont to do, we did this to ourselves. Yep, we always do this to ourselves. There is less time in the world than we believe, and there are more things to do in the world than we believe, and so, you know, that's why I personally am a fan when streaming goes of doing it live, but when we're dealing with a lot of people, you know, that wasn't really something that, especially going through the holiday season as we expect this show to run. So again, there are 6 episodes. So we're gonna right through December and January, wrapping it up right before Winter Fantasy, and we are going to re-upload it the Saturday after each episode to YouTube. So any kind of technical difficulties that we have during our live viewings over on Twitch, which we'll be kind of doing like viewing parties together with you here. I don't know. I might come on a chat a little bit before each episode. I am, I don't know. I'm delighted. Todd, delighted is a great word. I am delighted to be the executive producer on this show, to have helped it come to fruition after many, many delays. And I hope that I hope that you all enjoy it as half as much as we did making it. There were many laughs had. There were, I don't know, I think there were a couple of tears cried, even, probably out of joy. There weren't that many tragic deaths. No, not that many. Just a couple. I won't say who tragically died. But was it the characters? Was it the enemies? Yes, Todd. You all are so nice. But I am just waiting on the. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one of the producers. Yeah. No, I murdered. No. I did not murder one of the producers. I need all of them. um, but you know, a lot of work has gone into this, and um, yeah, I'm gonna type real quick. This is gonna be loud. I have a loud keyboard. All right. Yeah. All right. Anybody have any other questions? Now is the time for questions. Questions. Oh yeah, mechanical keyboard. I've got the bright. Well, it's not really bright pink. I guess typically it's light pink. It is. It makes me feel um very like productive when I get tippity typing away. Like when I'm in a heavy editing or writing, and it makes you feel like you're writing twice as many words as you are because you have all the nice clicky clackies, and you're like, yes, I've written like 5,000 words. Check word count. 250. What bullshit is this? Um, that's the beauty of a mechanical keyboard. You feel very productive. All right. But yeah, yeah. We're here. All right then. So, hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Part one. Yep, yep, yep. Lots of stuff. Producing a stream is a lot of work, so I do want to once again um offer my thanks to Ted and Spencer who are trying their best not to have a mental breakdown in the background, and to the entire cast who is patiently waiting, and to all of you who are also sitting here patiently waiting. In the meantime, while we patiently wait, a little bit more on some of the stuff that Baldman Games has upcoming. So some of you may be attending, yeah, and I'm losing a couple of you, and hopefully you all show back up in a minute. So sorry about that. But we are going to be at PAX U is our next con that's kind of upcoming. Very quickly, as a matter of fact. PAX U is next week, December 2nd through 4th. Those of you joining us there will be joining us in Philly. It'll be my first time to PAX Unplugged. We are kicking off our Dragonlance storyline there, and this accompanies the hardcover. This is the official storyline. This is the official storyline for Dragonlance, Vault of the Undying, and that is being headed up by our storyline coordinators for that, Alan Patrick and John Christian. We're kicking that off with a prelude adventure and a special epic, in which you get to experience for yourselves the War of Lance. And if you are unable to make it to PAX U, don't worry. We will have that available for everyone later. All of our new stuff for Dragonlance is going to have about 2 months of premiere time before it all hits the DM Guild, the Dungeon Masters Guild. So if you're looking to play those things, you won't have a terribly long wait. So, all right. Cool. All right, so it sounds like we are about ready to cut to intro here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a couple more clicks, and then I'll do that, and we'll get that going. See if I can find the one thing that I need here. All right. All right, everybody. All right, I do want to thank you again for your patience. All right, there's a unicorn. Here we go. one more try? All right.
Off the Sword Coast, beyond the Sea of Swords, lie the Moonshae Isles, home to magic and legacy. The Isles were recently threatened with destruction by a mysterious figure from the past, wielding the power of a vengeful god. Now, as her people rebuild and alliances are reforged, the Moonshae Isles play host to a new group of aspiring heroes.
All right. Well, all right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our stream for Baldman Games, what we call now Moonshae Isles Castle of Skulls. I am your dungeon master, Paul Gabat, also known as DM Paul G in social media. And wow, I'm pretty excited because we have a lot of players here who are really special in terms of the D&D space, and they're here to help me create a wonderful story that you all everyone here can be part of as you watch this. And welcome to the chaos, basically, and welcome to the Moonshae Isles. So is everyone here ready to play Dungeons and Dragons?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, before we do, let's go and do some player introductions. And basically just tell us who you are, what you do, if that's okay with you, your pronouns, very important, and any D&D stuff, projects, streams that you've been part of, and where we can find you as well. And yeah, we can start with Graham, if
Hello,
it's all right.
I'm Graham Ward, he, him. I am a dungeon master for hire. I'm the content manager at Ghostlight RPGs, a committee member with Baldman Games, and you can find me all over the place as Dark Plane DM. I ran a Kickstarter for a setting called Dark Plane, which was weird horror in 5th edition, like back in 2015, before the OGL existed for 5th edition. So anyway, just really excited to be here. And I will pass the popcorn over to Jess.
Hey, I am Jess Penley, she, her. I'm one half of Underground Oracle Publishing. We're a small third-party publisher that produces 5th edition supplements. You can find us online at undergroundoracle.com or on Patreon at Underground Oracle, pretty much anywhere at Underground Oracle. I am found online at Jess Penley on pretty much everything. And I'm just super stoked to be here. It's pretty awesome. And I'm going to pass it over to Chris.
That would be me. I'm Chris. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Kiss of Hemlock. I am a TTRPG actual play podcaster and streamer. I'm a regular cast member of the Faeforge Academy, which is a 5e podcast that drops every Friday. You should check it out. It's very fun. And I am also one of the, I'm going to say, I'm on the leadership team of the Free Forge Discord and community. We are opening up player applications as we speak, so keep your eyes and ears peeled because there's going to be some really cool productions coming out in the spring, including season 3 of Stay Alive, which we are hoping to debut mid Q1. Anyway, it's going to be fun. So that's me.
Who's next? Who do you want to go next?
Let's say Gwen.
Hello, my name is Gwen Marshall, she, her pronouns, please. I am on Twitter and other sources as Gwen_H_Marshall, and I am one half of Arcanist Press, known primarily for ancestry and culture and alternative to race and 5e that I wrote. I'm now a full-time game designer with 2C Gaming, working on things like rewards and rarities, and with WebDM on Weird Wastelands. I also freelance with MCDM and Pinnacle Entertainment. And in my day job, I'm a college philosophy professor for some reason.
Just throw it out.
Yeah, you know. So popcorn to Todd.
Thanks. I'm Todd Shreve. I am he, him, if that's what you feel like doing. I'm not huge in the D&D space. I'm actually just a graduate of the Baldman Games program, where I got the confidence as a DM coming into Baldman Games and working with the VDDWs to go on to find my own tables and be able to just run my own campaign and my own things, making the hobby pay for itself, getting that confidence to charge. And I'm happy to be able to come back and give back to the Baldman community just a little bit in this, and just to finally get a chance to have fun as a player.
Right. And well, look at that. You guys are so awesome. I'm not even sure that I should be here. But anyway, let's go ahead and just give everyone a quick background as to what's happening now before we start our game in the Moonshaes. Because right now, this will be a 6-episode series. Hopefully, we can contain it in just 6 episodes. But again, depending on what the characters do here in the Moonshaes, then we might even go up to 60, right? Who knows? But we'll try to keep it at 6 episodes. And right now in the Moonshae Isles, before we start, it's been 1 year after the events of the Rising Shadows, or more specifically, after the events of the War of Rose and Shadows. And with this, everybody here is there's a moment of peace, and everybody's trying to rebuild in the process of healing all the structures that have been destroyed previously, is trying to build new ones. And the towns here, the people are still afraid of what has happened because of the appearance of what is known as the slain. But that is now in the past. Now there's peace. And we're going to start our adventure in the island of Moray, which is in an island west of the Moonshae Isles, and more specifically in a port village known as Cork, that is right now a lot of settlers from live, and they need people that can help them make new structures, or more specifically, a new road, so they can start trade with other towns in the island of Moray and be able to travel faster and deeper into the island. And right now, one of those projects is to build a road from the town of Cork towards the village of Horst. And right now, with manpower, there's a lacking in manpower, and also the workers in Cork. Just combine Cork and horse. That's a new one. And the workers in Cork do not feel safe after the events of the Rising Shadow, and that's why one of the merchants here, a very wealthy merchant from Kantos Earner, has summoned adventurers, hopefully with skills that can help them in terms of construction, and also reinforce security in the town, and also on work sites as well. And that's why they've summoned 5 of these adventurers, very, very proficient in what they do. And it's been 20 days, I would say 10 days, since you've all been together. And right now, you are all been staying in an inn called the Trader's Bed. That is where everyone is currently at.
Off the Sword Coast, beyond the Sea of Swords, lie the Moonshae Isles, home to magic and legacy. The Isles were recently threatened with destruction by a mysterious figure from the past, wielding the power of a vengeful god. Now, as her people rebuild and alliances are reforged, the Moonshae Isles play host to a new group of aspiring heroes. We turn now to the Isle of Moray in the small village of Cork, where our story begins.
And right now, as we start our adventure, the sun has just risen. You all are have been called to for breakfast because again, in an hour, uh, they will end serving anyone that hasn't gotten their food yet. And so eating at this time is very, very important, or you lose your chance to eat breakfast. And as you all have your special table here at the Trader's Bed Inn, let's go ahead and meet our characters. So we can start with Aryan Win. If you don't mind, can you tell us who you are, your class and race, a little bit of like what do we see, so we won't have any imagination error here as we play. And if you want to give a quick backstory, that would be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. Hi, I am Arianwin. I am a fairy wizard. I am, so thus I'm about 3 feet tall, look kind of elven features, but have wings that look kind of like a death's head moth. So they're black with gray and gold colors in them, have white hair with black streaks, and wearing a kind of fey cloak that has similar colors, but I'm also holding a very large, well, for me, very large book. It would be an average size tome, if you will, for a human, that I may have borrowed from my former teacher's library. And so I carry that around, and occasionally the spirit of that little jerk comes out of the book and sits on my shoulder and tells me what I'm doing wrong. And that is because I did study under this fella named Flamstered, which is from one of the more remote isles of the Moonshaes.
Okay. And next to the wizard is a dragonborn. John, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, hello. I'll be playing Jean de Born, Jean de Mort, Dragonborn. Combine those for a second. Purveyor of fine stories. He is an adventurer who has shunned the ways of violence and chooses to just go around and finding interesting stories to tell. Uh, Spends his time avoiding conflict as much as possible, which is why he brings a barbarian along wherever he goes now, to make sure that nothing bad happens, because you poke the wrong set of situations, the wrong people, the wrong types, and they don't like their story being written down in a little book. Dragonborn himself is a tall but very portly fellow. Definitely not doing a lot of what would be hard labor around these camps. Carries around an emerald pen, has emerald clothing that nearly matches his emerald dragonborn flesh, and frequently consults with a little pocket imp that he has, a pocket ghostwriter named Bernhardt, to collaborate on the notes that has been taken and to embellish on all the stories as well. I think that's all I got for now.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. And yes, this barbarian, Riska, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am playing Riska. I'm a half orc barbarian, Path of the Beast. My powers derive from a run-in that I had in the past with lycanthropy, which I've mostly got better. Now I'm just very cool and powerful. And that's how I met John. I follow him around now after he covered my story of lycanthropy and act as his bodyguard, because for some reason he thinks that he can get through life without having to punch things, which is just not accurate. So that's why I'm here to punch things for him. I pretty don't wear a massive amount of gear or anything. I travel pretty light. Just my bag that I need and a cool leather vest. So other than that, not much going on this end.
Okay. And next to Riska is a local. Lou, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Luke McKeon is dressed in earthy colors. He's got kind of auburn hair. Is well known by any locals to the island of Moray as a bard. He famously lost love some years ago, and ever since has been on the quest to sort of understand and process, and he's searching for the heart's theory of everything, I would say. But he has several instruments as well as 2 magical weapons on his person, and probably has gained a reputation for being the one out constantly shaking hands and heartening people, and is pretty connected with the defenders of the Earth Mother. Always a little bit suspicious and slow to trust those who come from outside the Moonshaes. But once you've done a good turn, you're in Luke's good books.
Awesome. Okay. And the last one we have sitting at this table is Edwina.
Edwina is a humanoid in appearance, very deep tan skin, pale, sort of washed out amber eyes. There is something that's like a little too pretty about her. She is an Asimar, in fact, so her hair is a little too shiny. Her teeth are a little too straight. There is just something, definitely, there's an unearthly quality about her. She is dressed typically in pretty simple linens. She most often is wearing this very beautiful kind of green silver iridescent mithril chainmail, which she would be wearing as she is usually ready to go at the crack of dawn every day. Edwina is a knight, a freshly knighted soul, representing the Sisters of Sonoria, and she is. I affectionately like to describe her as someone who fails upward. She's doing her best. She's doing her best.
Awesome. Okay. There are like 7 to 8 other people inside where you're at right now, all trying to eat their breakfast here. And you see this human woman wearing like vibrant brown ankle-length tunic with like elaborate silver embroidered design. She has like you also see like she also wears like silver jewelry and have a few gems on them. And with her long raven hair, she walks up to you, and you know this person as Rilsa Cornerstone, who is the proprietor of the Trader's Bed Inn. Let me send that information to you all. And Rilsa greets you all and says, "Hope everyone is having a good morning so far. Right? What would you like to eat for today? I prepared emerald chicken for you all. We also have some freshly baked melon pie, and how about some wine? We just received a few barrels of dandelion wine and blood wine. If anybody wants that, why not? Right? Wine in the morning is the perfect way for you to start your day."
Thank you, Rilsa. Your table has a good reputation. We appreciate your hospitality.
No problem at all. Well, of course, your employer is paying for all of this, so.
Oh, well, in that case, it is nighttime in the Underdark, so I'll have some wine.
Okay, all right. So she basically takes your order, everything, wine, and as if it's all right, anybody here would like to do an investigation check here for me?
That's my
Here we
jam.
go.
No reason.
As
18.
18. Okay. And with this, Aryan win, as she serves like a freshly roasted emerald chicken here, seasoned with like the hottest spices, and then like freshly baked melon pie, and then all the wines that you ordered. These are all delicacies and drinks that are usually served in and you can see the other folks here as well are not natives of this place, except probably Lug is the only local here that's currently staying at the town of Cork. There are probably like 4 or 5 more, but that's it. A lot of the people here are settlers from and everybody's just working right now, and you can overhear. There's no need to roll, but you can overhear from the other table. It's just, oh man, we have to work again. Do we really have to build that watchtower? Because I swear, every time that we try to go there, there's always those big dogs that just keeps attacking us, and we don't have enough people to handle those, and much more on working and actually finishing that watchtower. It's been what, 10 days? That should have been finished like, I don't know, 10 days ago. We're delayed.
So is Rilsa also Omnish, or is she a local?
Yes, she is also an Am settler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Edwina is like you know the teacher's pet that's like struggling not to raise their hand in like to beat everybody. That's what's happening with Edwina right now. I'm like clutching the edge of the table like, are you listening? Do you hear that? We could help. That could be us.
Oh, I mean, we could help, but I don't. It sounds kind of suspicious.
We can help. We can help with that.
Oh no! Oh,
We can help.
Ooh.
It sounds like dogs.
To the people at the
Got
next
it.
Seems
table.
like dogs are more of a not us problem, unless they're
Right.
super
And
impressive, powerful dogs or some sort of
Maybe
pack
we're
of
just misunderstood.
werewolves. There we go. Werewolves would be something to deal with that we should.
And
deal
even just as another side point, wouldn't the watchtower be a good defense against seeing these packs of dogs coming
John
in?
knows what he's talking about. Could you pass him the melon pie though? That'd be great if you want to send
Absolutely.
that.
Here, please enjoy. You need your strength.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took a bite. It's instinctive.
Yeah.
I've already like
Yeah,
pushed away from the table. I'm gonna approach them,
No,
hand
she's-
out, eager, bright smile on my face. Hey,
All right.
Edwina Radier. Edwina, hey, hello. We can probably. Do you need help? We can probably help you with that.
And you see these two carpenters are like, yes, we do. And the third person, which is a stonesmith, and that would be great. Are you good at fighting? Do you have experience in fighting, like, I don't know, dogs? And then he basically starts to move his hand up, probably like 5-6 feet tall.
We've had a few run-ins with the lycanthropes from Moray, but
Lycanthropes?
Normally I wouldn't describe them as dogs.
I mean, well, they run on all fours, so I'm assuming that.
Well, that's a big misconception right there. I know of
Oh,
some very
God.
good lycanthropes. Let's not just besmirch their name. Thank you.
Well, they've created some real problems, at least the ones around here. They call themselves the Black Blood Tribe.
And
Ooh,
oof.
edgy nickname.
And yeah, I've only been here for half a year, so I don't really know much of the things happening here in the island. But
Okay.
you say there are lycanthropes here, and then
Well, it's not to discourage you, and I'm sure this is not that big of a problem. But we'd be happy to take care of it, and I'll kind of put a hand on my sword and say we're quite capable.
And as you say that, Luke, another person enters the inn, and this one looks like a well-off merchant. Have short brown hair, tan skin, brown eyes, wearing black and gray clothing with golden ornate designs. And all of his fingers, you can see, have like gem inlaid gold rings. And the one that's easily noticeable is his necklace that has like 5 square gold medallion pendant. And he goes in and says, he claps his hands and goes, nope, nobody's gonna take care of any lycanthrope of sorts. Nobody's gonna help the watchtower, building the watchtower here. Especially you 5. You are under my employment. And now you see Cantos Erner, which is the one who summoned you here in the town of Cork. Also Omnian, and an Omnian settler here. And he goes and says, we're here to finish the road that we're building, that we're making from Cork to Horst. Make sure that trading is easier between the towns. And you not focusing on that means that there'll be a delay on finishing that road. So
Surely, Kantos, if I may say, if our job is to finish the tower, making sure people are safe could actually expedite that. You could have pretty dangerous losses if there were to be things like lycanthropes or wild dogs chasing folk about.
Yeah,
Well,
the dogs
the
and
thing
roads
here-
don't mix.
And Luke is putting on a good face, but he's like already like a classic Omnian. You know, this guy's telling us what to do in our own land.
Luke, he goes to you and then looks at Edwina as well. Again, Watchtower is not part of my contract. Okay, my contract here in Cork is to build roads. And that's why you're all here, to make sure that we have roads. The more roads we finish, the more trade we can do. The more trade we can do, more money we can get. The more money people can get. So let's just finish that first.
Oh, Cantos, you're absolutely right. We've strayed from our proverbial path here, but only for just a moment. I'll make sure that we all stay very focused. Is there anything else that we can do for you, sir?
Also, I might add, and she opens her book and starts flipping pages. I made a note. The contractual obligations under which we are in your employ do not include a non-compete clause. So if we wish to work to build the tower for separate compensation on our own time, and we do not, and that does not incur a delay in the production of the road, I don't see what the prohibition would be on doing so.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And he goes, and she starts shouting, Mina! Mina! And then another person comes here, and you see a halfling walks up, wearing a brown turban, also from and he goes and says, yes, my lord. The contract, does it not have a non-compete? Does that mean that they can work with other? I don't know the correct terms for it. There's a reason you're here. Part of that, and then Mina, the halfling, just goes through like different scrolls and tomes and says, "My lord, it was not written there as well. They can, if they want to, then yes, they can also be employed by another person while employed by you." And Cantus just, nonsense. You know what? If you don't finish the road in 10 days' time, then I will send you back wherever you came from and to just get somebody else. Okay? Now, finish your breakfast. Is that melon pie on the table? Do you know how expensive that is?
It's delicious. I've had like 3 or 4 helpings already this morning. It's really going to get me in the dog fighting mood, I think, that I need to be in for the afternoon.
The menu here, for as limited as it is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
A+.
Mina, great job. Great job.
That's not part. Is that part of the budget? And then Mina just nods and says, Yes, you've said they can eat whatever they want, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then stay at this inn as long as they're working on the road that between Cork and Horst.
If money's an object, we can take care of it. It's not a problem.
I goes, no. You know what? It's. Oh, I just had a diviner visit me this morning and said today is gonna be a great day. Something is about to come that will change my life. So finish your breakfast. Finish your melon pie. She gives a look. He gives a look at Rilsa. Not like that look that Don't give them everything that they want.
Well, I mean, already opened the 1452 Omnish white. So I mean,
fantastic. You should try it, really.
I was just okay. Just complete your breakfast. Go to the work site and assist the workers there. If there's any danger, looks at you, Riska. Make sure you're ready to go and defend them. They don't disturb our work. And no fighting big dogs unless they're on our road work site. Okay? Not the watchtower, the road.
The road. Only the road. Of course.
Fair enough. He leaves and says, all right, Mina. How about that public bathhouse? Where are we on that? And starts leaving. Right
See,
now.
It's always, I don't know if you've dealt with these bean counter types a lot. You just tell them what they want and then they go away. and then we do what we're going to do anyway, what actually needs to be done.
Like,
Like, just
that's
to, yeah, we don't
fine.
have to we just placate him a little bit, make him think he's getting his money's worth, and then he scoots on along, and we get to go take care of whatever we want and maybe make a little extra thing on the side.
And then Arianwen will say some smart stuff from her book about that makes him look foolish again, and we'll go on getting money in with our day. So that's a win to me,
yes.
personally.
But also helping people also.
And helping people. with it all.
yes, of course.
Yeah. Helping
Lots of
people.
help.
As long as there's wine.
Carpenters. Yep, the carpenters. And then and when you said that Arianwen, Rilsa pours you another glass of dandelion wine and winks at you. I got you. You know. The workers at the other table, the carpenters and the stonesmith, looks at you, Edwina, and says, "Oh, thank you. If I'm sure our employer will be happy to have you. We're just waiting for our supply of wood, and that should come like in the afternoon. If you want to drop by the work site where we're building the watchtower, just by the town's entrance to the west, then we will be happy like to have a set of extra hands that can help us or protect us from those lycanthropes you said, those the
How
blood
close,
something tribe.
Again,
Probably
is the
big
tower
dogs.
to the road?
Probably big dogs.
The road, the one that you've been working on, you finished like and it basically tells you that you finished like 3 miles worth of road already, from Cork down south to the village of to the town of Horse. So should not take that long. So you can go to work, do your work, finish the road, or at least whatever you need to finish today at the work site, so that your employer, I know Cantus can be such a jerk. He is a jerk, but you know,
Oh, that's
Yes,
not very
yes.
nice. He's
money.
complicated,
He's got a specific
Challenging.
motivation.
challenging. Yes.
Oh.
That's another word for jerk. Let's be honest. He's a jerky guy. He's got good qualities, but he's kind of a baseline jerk. Like when you get down to like brass tacks.
and then they start pointing at their fingers, mimicking like, you know, he has all these jewelry and necklaces.
Yeah.
He
Right,
has
all that.
a lot of good qualities indeed. So, and we want some of those.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for danger, that's for sure. And if we see anything, we'll be sure to rush to action.
All right, yeah, thank you. And they try to give you like a portion of what they have here, like fried bone salad. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
bring it over here.
the only one we can order. But yeah, here you go. So gives that to you. And yeah, so you have time. You have a bit of time to finish your breakfast. Before heading to the work site, is there anything you would like to do before we head there, or anything else, or part of your routine? Since again, you've been here for like 10 days already. Of course.
Now, assuming we've got like the typical gear that we bring and are all set to go, I think Luke would be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
My to-dos are eat a massive breakfast and then do whatever John says to do for the day. So
We'll just stay close today for now. Today is
Yeah.
going to be a very interesting one. Question is the watchtower and our road, are these two projects in any way like in the same direction?
They are, yes. So
Okay, so we at least have that convenience going in our way. That's
Mhm.
that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing Jean would like to do is just like, I guess I'd be quizzing Luke about his, like, you're very popular around here, and I would have continued opening up my Luke page of the notes. And why? Like, what, you had amazing talents here. Everybody seems to know you, at least those that aren't imported from somewhere else.
Oh, it's a bit overblown. I'm a bit of a song collector, and so people like to hear things. It's not really my own talent so much as it is. I like to amplify the voices of others.
Well, yes, I've made a career out of doing such things. There's a living play I'm very interested in. I think you might be an interesting character for running around and just, I mean, I've only seen you sing once we get out on the work, but then once you start singing, somebody has to tell you to stop eventually, so another conversation can.
I try not to overstay my welcome, but you can write whatever you like about me, and I'm sure it will be accurate.
I'm sure it will be a very favorable light for sure. Thank you so much. I'm going to have so many questions about this later. I can't wait to hear more. What was the name of that last song that you did? The one about the lady that you were so enamored with.
Yes, I courted a wee girl. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the wee girl. Okay.
I heard that
wee
song.
girl, interesting title.
He'll kind of like talk a little bit lazily about a songster that he heard it from in Kermore.
Oh, fascinating. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'll leave this with Bernhardt, of course. He'll do something with it. It'll be fascinating.
Okay. Well, is Bernhardt with you right now, John?
Oh wait, see, but he'd be in his pocket dimension right now.
Yep. Actually, he goes out of his pocket dimension and goes.
Oh, do you have something, Bernhardt? I'm sorry, I usually have to pay what you got.
Yeah. So you now see this imp. Well, tell me, what does
Bernhardt would look like your basic raggled like writer, somebody that's been in a dark room for a very long time that pops out to say some things and basically get into an argument before they go back into their dark little room and keep doing whatever they're doing.
All right. So your Ghost Rider imp comes out of its pocket dimension holding a quill and says, do you want me to write? We're running low on topics to write. Do you want me to do like a top 5 things to eat at the Trader's Bed Inn?
No, that's not gonna fly. We tried that. No, we tried that last week and it got nowhere. I think we got to go a whole different direction here. I think we got a handful of personalities that we can work with. Let's try a character driven thing. Let's get our personalities in here. We'll get them all mixed together. See where we can find some conflict somewhere within there, even if we have to, punch it up a little bit.
I see. Okay. All right. Noted.
Take this Luca. He seems really interesting. Make up some songs for him. Do something. Punch him up. It'll be nice. He's some local hero. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure something out. I'm gonna keep talking to him.
Burying myself in dandelion ale.
Bernhardt goes to you, Lug, and says, have you played at a tavern inn before?
Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. And then just basically gets like your top 3 songs or tales that you have. And then, okay, all right.
If we're not in too big of a hurry, I'll whip out the mandolin and do a little.
Can you walk and play? That's a very
always
fantastic. We got places to be. We got work to do. We got a thing to be at.
Okay.
Dog to dash.
All right. So you give a little sample, Lou, and Bernhardt tries to listen to it, tries to think of like creative title you can muster before going back to his pocket dimension. And I'm assuming you're all headed to the work site for the road work site, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Okay.
So, of course, we're going directly to our work. We would never go anywhere else.
Look at you. Look, I love my players already. Like they're all so nice. They follow. That's a good sign. I think. That means the map that I created doesn't go to waste. I guess. As you head 3 miles down of the town of Cork, and working on this road, you see like 5 workers here early, all trying to make some measurement, gather some supplies, and stones and some everything that they need to create a road based on what the specification that was given to them by Cantos, your employer. And the workers here try to greet you. Happy to see you all because again, you're all here to help, and that's what I need to know. So as you arrive here at the work site, how are you actually contributing in completing this road? What is your role as people start working on this road? And now that we have the bards, the wizards, the fighter, and the barbarian, what are you guys? What are your roles here, basically?
Jean would be looking ahead, plotting out where the road needs to go in front of what is being built.
Okay.
And in this particular case, would be nervous about large dogs and be more focused a little bit on the edges than on the road itself.
Noted.
And Riska is focused on protection. And then if anybody needs any just like brute strength work really quick, she can step in and do that. But mostly she's here to guard butts.
How about the others?
I mean,
think
Edwina
Luke would be-
is. Please go ahead.
I think Luke down on his hands and knees, like fitting the rocks into the mud, getting dirty.
Okay. And
Edwina
Edwina?
is despite her, kind of more lithe figure, actually is pretty kind of a hoss. So with this fat strength score, I'm gonna just literally like be picking up multiple bricks at a time and bringing them to the edge of the road, probably for Lou. So just like dunk every so often of just a stack of bricks that land next to you as you're fitting them into the road.
And the workers here are like, holy shit, Edwina, you're like a walking cart. So good they hired you.
And yeah, and I think Ariane Wynn will be, given that fairy, she's flying, so she's up above, overseeing to making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do.
Foreman.
And then when there's something that's like really, really heavy, she'll cast enlarge reduce on it so that you can make it small enough to carry.
Okay. You do that. And some of the workers here have some issues with that. I know you reduce the size for your sake, but to them, like, all right, how am I gonna measure? Is that the right stone for this? I have to wait until Aryan Wynn actually drops the stone in this area before I can actually measure it properly.
Well, that sounds like a them problem.
Oh man, fairies. Like, there's a lot of.
If I sense
One
that
of
it's
these.
important to Ariane Wynn, I'll like occasionally ask her, consult her about things that might be needed.
That
What do you
sounds
think
good.
about? Do you think this stone fits right here? Is that a good choice?
If you say so. I mean, I don't actually know anything about road making. I just got tasked with being helpful by my mentor. So here I am.
And one of the workers here that just it's not also in the mood. Today's a good day. It's not raining. The weather is actually fine. It's not too hot as well. And he wants to enjoy the day and walks up to you. So your mentor, Aryanwin, is that Cantos or?
Oh no, actually and then this little wisp of light comes out of the big book she's always holding and stands on her shoulder, and it's this little spectral tiny man wearing a robe and all this. He's kind of older looking, and he goes, my name is Flamstead, and I am the greatest wizard in the Moonshae Isles. And she rolls her eyes and goes, yeah, he's a wizard on the island. They even named the darned island after him, like he didn't have a big enough ego. But then he blew it up. So maybe don't get on his bad side, I guess. Not his bad side. This is just a little annoying thing that came with it's like a bookmark, really. Like you love a bookmark,
So that's not your real mentor.
No,
not.
I mean that's like an image of him, like a picture. So like you see with well, let me just say it's a fey trick, not magic though. To
I was gonna
to
say.
No, it's like a way that fairies put their names on things. They just leave a little picture themselves, okay? Let's think about it that way. I don't want to confuse you.
Can you make that thing appear permanently? Like, can we change it? Like, have a sign instead of
A little man? Well, it's not my book, you see. It's his sign. I'd have to go back and ask him, and that's kind of far. And I have this job to do. So actually, don't you have a job to be doing right now?
Oh, right. Then he starts getting like the rock that you reduce, and that's now back to its normal size.
Good work.
And then, oh man, all right. And then another person walks up to you, Riska, and says, she goes to you and says, my son is about to turn 8, and the web points at your weapon, and he's seen you a couple of times. Is there any chance that on his special day you can probably give him some lessons? I'll prepare some food that we could feast on. Um, I'll try to get some wine from the trader's bed, if
I see
that's
what
okay.
this is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll train your son.
that's perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
thank you.
Anytime, come by the inn. Bring the kid, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's perfect. All right, yeah. And then she goes back into working.
I'm gonna hit John on the side. You see that?
Oh my god. That single
right?
mom game.
So many single moms around here.
She goes back, and you see that she's happy. And today is gonna be a good day. But then you start to hear someone yelling west, coming towards your direction, and it's not Cantos. All right. What you hear right now um, is more of a summon, a call. Oops, I think I'm echoing on you, Jess. Sorry. Uh, it's all right. And you hear this someone's just walking forward, charging forward, together with its minions, as you see. So is this um so right now we are using Albert Rodeo for those who are watching this as a virtual tabletop tool. Um and right now on the map, just place your tokens where you want to be. Is this where? All right. And John, next to you, start to see this orc surrounded or followed by
Oh, this guy,
goblins.
just keep your hand on your blade for a moment, would you?
Yeah.
These don't look like dogs, but these don't look like not dogs. If you follow my meaning. Ahoy,
And
hoy!
the orc just yells a Destro.
Oh, so you don't want to talk. Okay.
And the goblins are just cheering, yeah, destroy everything, destroy everything. And I need everyone to roll me initiative as these things starts to appear here.
That's never a good word that someone uses when they're charging you.
Off the Sword Coast, beyond the Sea of Swords, lie the Moonshae Isles,
Somewhere around here, there's
home
something.
to magic and
All right,
legacy.
we're also playing the
The
thing
Isles
again.
were recently
Turn that off.
threatened
All
with
right, cool.
destruction
We're gonna cut to
by a
ads.
mysterious figure from the past.
That thing, whatever. I don't know how to stop it. All right, we're gonna cut to ads here. But I'm trying that ad roll MP4. That's it. It has videos and everything. All right, cool. I don't know, maybe. And in those ads, it will tell you how to the giveaway. Woo! All right. Accidentally deleted the thing that I needed rather than adding the thing that I wanted. Cool. So, this should be over here. I don't see it. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I hope that you've all been enjoying this stream so far. So yep, I can not get this to play. Weird. Figured it out. All right. Here we are. Yes. Woo! Alrighty, it's me again, still me. Added ears though. But yeah, we appreciate your patience and we hope that you've been enjoying the show so far. I know the cast has been doing an absolutely phenomenal job. And a little bit of background on what's going on in the background. As you may have noticed, those of you who tuned in late, there have been some kind of odd swap overs, sometimes when things don't quite line up, and that is because we are having technical difficulties, because it's not a stream without technical difficulties, is it? Anyone out there who streams feels that deeply inside of them. So what we're doing back here behind the scenes is, compositing it all live and trying to re-render everything as our original render uh, combusted, exploded, other synonyms for that. I don't have a thesaurus handy right now, but it died a very violent death. So we weren't able to use that. So I've been stitching things together live as we go, plucking them in from windows and putting them into the overlay, and put together a pretty decent experience so far. But we're running into some delays getting the video file, just the raw video file, rendered with the synced audio. Anyways, rendered for part 2, and it's taking longer to render than part 1 ran. So we ran some ads, but the ads have wildly varying levels of sound. So I'll switch you all over to the nice, quiet, peaceful be right back screen. But I didn't want to leave you all on on hold for too long without knowing what all was going on, because you'd start to think that we've abandoned you. And we have not. We are here. We are working. And for those of you who do need to go to bed or have other obligations, we completely understand that. As we mentioned in the lead up to this at the beginning, the finalized file, the fully polished version, will be uploaded for this after the fact. So if you just want to watch it from start to finish, episode 1 with a short little ad break there in the middle without the giveaway, which the giveaway is running, and the giveaway has how much time on it, Ted? That was a word. 12 minutes. There are 12 minutes remaining in the giveaway. So for those of you who are here for the giveaway, yeah, 12 minutes and 15 seconds left in the giveaway. You have that much longer that you need to hang around to find out if you won. But otherwise, we don't want to impinge upon your good grace. We appreciate you all being here. There are a multitude of you now. We are all super hyped. And while we wait on that to render, happy to answer some questions after I untangle my headphones here, because I have no idea how that happened because I was wearing them. Streaming productions are indeed almost unavoidable. So we're doing our best to hold our shit together. I still have, I made this sandwich 3 hours ago. So that's where we're at with life right now. But we're doing our best, but happy to talk to you about any, so you get a little stream, and you get a little live Q&A chat tonight. So you got some bonus content going on here. But I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the storylines that we have going on, and some of the other stuff that we have going on, some initiatives that we have. So just a little sneak peek into the behind the scenes workings of Baldman. That's not melon pie. I wish I'd made a melon pie for Thanksgiving already, so that I could have a melon pie to show. I do have a pie, but I'm not going to get it, because if I go and get it, then I'll want to eat it, and it is forbidden. I can't eat that pie till Thursday. Ooh. What can we expect from the new Moonshae Isle storyline? So again, I don't want to give away too much there, but building on from Rising Shadows, where we left off before, there was a lot of chaos and destruction in the world, calamity in the Moonshae Isles. We dealt with a lot of, spoilers to people who haven't, read it. Paul is not going to make everyone explode. We're exploding the Moonshaes. No, just kidding. Paul's not allowed to do that either, much like our cast in this show. They were given not a lot of guidelines, but you can't explode the Moonshae Isles was one of them. Todd was very upset at first, but then realized if he explodes the Moonshae Isles with himself on it, well, he has also exploded John DeMol at that point. So, but there was a lot of chaos, there was a lot of death and destruction. You were dealing with a lot of influence from the Shadowfell. There was the curse of lycanthropy that was affecting even the Fae in horrible ways, just draining them of their powers and everything. And we were able to get a lot of that dealt with, but a lot of stuff was damaged. A lot of relationships were ended that had been going on for centuries. A lot of bad feelings and bad blood really existed. So we're going to fast forward about 5 years. And I think I can say all this without Paul getting upset. And if Paul gets upset at me, Paul, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm on the spot here, man. So we're going to focus on some themes of rebuilding and restoring and kind of getting the Moonshaes back to where everyone is, if not necessarily in the spirit of cooperation, at least feeling a little better about themselves. Because not everything in Faerun has to be one giant calamity after another. I mean, let's go back. We had Cultist trying to bring Tiamat back from the Nine Hells. World-ending calamity. We had Cultist trying to use the elements to break apart Faerun and bring back all manner of nasty things. Kind of a world-ending calamity. We were down in the Underdark where the Drow were, of course, dealing with demons and devils and trying to summon, unworldly powers to rain terror upon the surface world. So, kind of a world-ending calamity there. Then we found ourselves dragged into Barovia, where it's kind of always a world-ending calamity going on. Thus, the horror of the genre of horror, the horror of genre, also. But we did manage to escape from that, most of us, and then found ourselves in the middle of another calamity, a giant calamity this time, as the giants themselves did not understand the order of the world. So, then we spent a little bit of time going back and kind of exploring some of our history to see if we could figure out ways to, not make giant calamities one after the other. So we went down and through the yawning portal and in the Wayback Machine and explored some previous calamities and some previous, adventures and expeditions that maybe didn't end in complete calamity, but also weren't generally super great. But anyway, calamity. And then we returned only to find out that a giant curse has been spreading from Chult. I would wager to call that a calamity once again. And then we've made our way to Waterdeep, where I don't know that, I don't know if we can really call what happened in Waterdeep a giant calamity. I mean, if you're a Waterdavian, of course, it's the biggest calamity that ever happened. There were people trying to steal money. And money is the most important thing in Waterdeep. Aside from Laeral, so of course. Laeral wasn't going to stand for that. So Laeral tried to stop all this, and there were a bunch of villains kind of, all in the city. Jarl Axel and, beholders and evil cultist once again and all of that. And, but the money was found, the money wasn't found. I don't know, depends which way you played the story. But anyways, a slightly less small scale calamity, just small scale. So then we go into the next one. We're like, all right, great, things have calmed down, right? Yeah, well, it really seemed that way. And then another city just kind of disappeared. El Terrell fell down into hell, fell to Avernus. So, not really a calamity on the world so much as a calamity on an entirely different plane. So everybody got drugged down to hell, which felt an awful lot like a world-ending calamity once again. So then we were all pretty grateful, if not, a little bit cold, to find ourselves headed up to Icewind Dale, where we're like, nice pleasant ski trip. Wrong. It was another world-ending calamity. Yep, that's right, the Rime of the Frost Maiden. Oral was real mad, big mad. And honestly, you can't really blame the girl. People have been mistreating her entire life, looking down on her, telling her she's not a real goddess, she doesn't have anything, whatever. And the people up in Icewind Dale had been going about their business with pretty much avoiding all of the world calamities. She's like, yo, I'm gonna bring this calamity to you, just you, especially. So she did that, and it was alright. So then, finally, it was time for a vacation, right? Vacation. We're gonna go to the carnival. Yeah. Hallister showing up in his boxes rates. I don't know. Are we rating these calamities? Like which season is most let's start a poll in chat, like ranking them, right? So we're up to book number 11 here. So While Beyond the Witchlight, we're just going to a carnival. What could possibly go wrong here? We're just no calamities whatsoever. Not in this pocket dimension anyway. Don't go to Paul's dimension. Paul's little domains of delight. They're not very delightful, all of these domains. But Oral is absolutely just edgy Elsa. But also, I mean, was Elsa wrong either? People had been taking her for granted. People had been mistreating her. People had been telling her what to do her entire life. Had been telling her what not to do. Had been leading her wrong. Had been telling her that she wasn't going to be a good ruler. Anyways, though, so we go to a carnival. Another just a little calamity, whatever. It's fine there. And then we're like, okay, cool. Clearly, we've had enough calamities at this point, right? Then these strange ships start showing up. No. Sorry, I've skipped this. Ships don't show up next. Then we get dragged into the bottom of the dark sea. I skipped call it another deep. Sorry. The bottom of the deep dark sea. Or some other weird pocket dimension if we want to switch back around and figure out where I've left Candlekeep Mysteries. It's not on my shelf. Normally I can look over here and just see the order they go in. But we're just going all over. Started with a little carnival, just like plane hopping there, and then we go plane hopping some more in another anthology, and then we plane hop some more to get to Nether Deep, and then we plane hop some more, journey through the Radiant Citadel. But we take a little step back, and we decide that we want a little bit more calamity in the flavor of what we experienced in Barovia, because at least that was like, I don't know, normal horror. And so we're like, hey, yo, Van Richten. And he's like, oh, would you like some real calamities? Let me show you these other domains. They got wrecked. But anyways, yeah. Then that leads us on to the actual ships who show up, and they're like, yo, you think you've had a world-ending calamity? Let me take you to all these other realm spaces, and you can see their world-ending calamity. Then you realize that, like, maybe life on Faerun wasn't so bad for a couple of months here and there. I don't know. Did I skip one? I feel like I skipped one. I'm not counting the... I totally skipped Eberron and Strixhaven. Those are just entirely different dimensions. Mist Hunter's campaign for Van Richten. That was pretty good, right? We got to pretend to be Sherlock Holmes. That was pretty fun. So you ended the campaign. Was it during the epic that you all died? If so, sorry. I would say that I can't take any blame for that, but I can take at least 50% of the blame for that. You can blame Jeremy for the other 50% of that. And if you all died in that one, then you can entirely blame Jeremy if you want, or you can blame me. That's fine. That was a brutal one. Anyways, on the AL side, while we're having all of these calamities happening, the Red Wizards are like, you know what would be good? What if we, like, took this really big spoon and we stirred the pot? Remember that giant calamity we had? What if we go and make their lives so much worse? They just got their beloved king back, y'all. What if we killed him and reanimated him? That would make everything better, right? Then we could have another giant calamity. Oh, the Red Wizards are always like, hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Yeah, that's them. That's their theme song. History of the Forgotten Realms. Pretty great. If you haven't seen it, I think Spencer did air one little episode of his groggy History of the Forgotten Realms, maybe two. I don't know. There were a couple. Those were pretty cool. I also have a unaired. If if you'd like to hear me do this, but more and worse, we should run a poll for that. We should run like a Twitter poll or Facebook poll or Discord. Discord does polls, right? In the community server, and see if people are actually truly interested in recording the Valley Girls video blog, The Forgotten Realms, and how they're not actually forgotten because everybody talks about them, right? Totally. But I don't know. That's just a little side project that we've been working on in our spare time. Yeah, spare time. The Valley Girls video blog. So the one Spencer saw, by the way, is not great. Not great. All right. Oh, you're fine. You can talk as Baldman. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was the season 6 tier 4 epic. So that was Giants. That was against Giants, so the epic that went along with that. And in that one, okay, Valley Girls, the one Spencer saw, so the version, my demo reel for Valley Girls video blog, it was me improv monologuing at my phone for like 5 minutes in like my best Valley Girl impression. I do not have spare time. Oh, I took my camera upstairs to my spare bedroom and I just talked at it like I was doing a little vlog and I tried to get I don't have, like, how am I supposed to do a hair flips now though? Like, I don't know. It's not gonna have the same oomph. You know, like, it's whatever. It'll be cool. But, gosh, people are tuning in. Hi, it's me. We do have more of this lovely episode still to air. I've got battle music now. I have 18 million pings. Yeah, and oh my god, is that what? Paul has shared a gif of. Is that a goblin? Is that a Neil blog? Is that a what? But anyways, so they've got me here on stream, talking, because talking is what I do best. People have been relating a couple of stories in our little cast and crew chat that we have here, and they are all talking about the special talent that I have, which is literally just talking. My ability to just talk about whatever. So the first time that I met Spencer, we were supposed to do something. We were in a chat and we were waiting on people to show up, and like, I don't know where they were. And so we were just like talking and we're like, oh, they'll show up any minute. And then we're like, oh, it's been 90 minutes. Oh gosh, it's been 90 minutes. This has been a really lovely chat, but like, where are they? And then Graham and I recorded in one of our interview segments, our discussion segments, Baldman Game Chat, about long-term campaigns, running those since he did the Dark Plane campaign. And we took a breath about an hour and a half into it when we realized we needed to end it. Both he and I are excellent at talking. Oh yeah. All right. So we got some chatter here. Mr. Nick Stick, but he had an AL character who was Aglarondian and hated Thayans, and I probably butchered that. Whatever. character got killed, and he decided to let him stay dead because it was fitting. And then we learned an adventure coming out at the time would be called The Death of Saz Tam. Oh, The Death of Saz Tam, huh? Oh, he's not there. I know who's responsible for that. Oh. But yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I'm pretty good at ad-libbing. I'm pretty good at filling time. Pretty good at talking. Some of my most viewed streams are actually just me like, just me talking. We were doing show and tell. I had to grab a map off the wall. I do show and tell a lot when I'm on stream. Darlon May is his name. Dragon Queen TV. I was informed by the person who created Darlon May that it is Darlon May, and that upsets me because you typed Darlon M-A, which in my mind is Darlon Ma. I'm still mad about that. He could probably hear me upstairs. He knows I'm mad about that. I know! No! Not according to the creator of it, but you know what? If we all agree, and he's the only one who says it's the other way around, then the way the English language works is he's wrong. If we can get Merriam-Webster to print it, then we're definitely right. So, does anybody know someone? Oh, hi, Merrick! Okay, Mr. Nickstick, Merrick. All right, who else votes that Alan is wrong? Yeah, choosy hippos choose Jif. That's right. I know. I agree. I was reading it once, and like he stops me and he says Darlon May, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he points to the character on the sheet where the paper. I have a picture of him, and he's like, May, and I'm like, no, no, get out of here with that nonsense. All right, let's see. Giveaway. Oh yes, giveaway. The giveaway has ended. We got a winner. Yeah, that is rich from someone named Jenny, who I grew up all my life with people telling me when they called roll Guinea, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Gin is pronounced Jin. And if you add another NY, that's Ni. Jin, Ni. I mean, I don't know. The important thing here is that we need to do a little drum roll. Because Ted's gonna draw the winner! Remind them how to claim it. Oh yeah! Redbeard Pirate King has won the Moonshae Isles giveaway. So if you have won the giveaway, you have to check your... I think I'm pointing in the right direction. Maybe the other way. Up in the top corner, it's top right of the screen, so if I'm pointing right, then that's correct. You have to check your little whispers up there. It says whispers. It looks like a little text bubble, but it's really small, so it's kind of hard to tell. But anyways, and somebody will reach out to you there with how to do that. And then Ted, are you going to handle that, or do you want me to handle that? Yeah. Spencer apparently knows how to find you as well. Which sounds really ominous. He knows where you live, Redbeard. So he will find you, and we will get that to you, and then you'll have the entire Moonshae Isles regional guide, and we expect you to start creating content in approximately 3 to 6 months. I don't know. We got a lot of leeway on that. No, I'm just kidding. You don't actually have to create any content. You can just read it. But if you do want to create content, we have a brand new Moonshae Isles storyline in the process of being produced. So, anyone who does, actually that's a great segue. Anyone who does want to create content for Baldman Games, while we have you all here, there is an open call for writers, so you can fill out an application, and I can type that, just not where I was trying to type it. There is an open call for writers. There we are. Baldman Games website, writer pool. You can submit there if you would like to be involved as a writer for any of our 3 current storylines. That is the Moonshae Isles storyline, Malefic Delusions, led by Pogba and Savannah McIntyre, or the Dreams of the Red Wizards storyline, which is a continuation of the one that I've written for multiple times that was being run by the AL admins previously, and that is being run by Mitch Smithson and Cassandra McDonald. I was like, I know she has a last name. And then there is also the storyline that everybody wants to write for. The Dragonlance storyline, Vault of the Undying, that's being coordinated by our very own Dwarven DM, John Christian, and Alan Patrick. So if don't let him tell you how to pronounce your characters' names, okay? That's all I gotta say about that. Let's see. You should wrangle with BMG about doing more maps. We love maps. Your maps are great, Dyson. And we'd probably love to have custom maps instead of just using your commercial maps and stuff. Although I don't think we do that very often. I don't know. I'm not on the content creation side right now. Weird. I know. I'm still mad about Tumor. I found this out like 2 years ago, and I'm still mad about it right now. When I was writing DRW4, I was livid. So whenever that came out, no, that was in 2020. That was like February of 2020 when I found out, and I'm mad. Oh, let's see. Oh, Winter Fantasy. Did he update that and not tell anybody? So for those of you who are going to Winter, he just updated it. Yep. For those of you who are wanting to go to Winter Fantasy, I also have marvelous news on that front. The hotel block is open. I should book a hotel before the hotel block gets full. Yeah. Anyways, though, so the file is done rendering. So I'm gonna switch you all back to the stream is starting soon screen, so I can put the final touches on that, and then we'll return with some epic combat. We got about 42, I don't know, that seems like the right number, more minutes of content in this episode, and then we will move on in 2 weeks to episode 2, which we have 2 weeks to get this together, so we're not gonna have to do all of this next time. Although, if you all like this intermission where I just tell you random stuff, then you can vote that, and I can come back. So anyways, thank you, everybody. If you have more questions for me, put them in the chat. I can come back when we cut to the end. Yeah. All right. Just gotta find the button. The button. Not stream ending soon. Be right back.
20 to 25. Anyone here?
21.
Ooh.
21.
Nice.
20 to 25. Anyone here? 20 to 25. Anyone here?
21.
Ooh.
21.
Nice.
Edwina. 15 to 20 to 25. Anyone here?
21.
Ooh.
21.
Nice.
Edwina. 15 to 20.
19.
19. Okay. And awesome. Let me just have that here. And 10 to 15.
13.
10.
13 for Luke. And 10 for Riska. And John, what did you get?
3.
3. Okay. And the orcs. I should use my dice. And okay. All right. Party got 14. Okay, so while I'm fixing the initiative here, you see this orc followed by these goblins are now attacking your work site, and the workers including the one that just approached you, Riska, just starts running towards back to Cork. So right now, Edwina, you go first. What would you like to do?
Okay. So Edwina, hearing them approach, probably drops this, last round of heavy stone and brick. Should be sweaty, but of course my, straw blonde, like Sailor Moon perfect ponytail is still in place. And I'm gonna draw my glaive, and the sort of bumbling, friendly visage has definitely morphed into this like stone cold focused look as these individuals are approaching. So as I begin to move forward, I am going to activate my radiant soul, and these huge glittering feathery ethereal wings will sprout from my back as I sort of almost like Naruto run in the direction of these orcs. And I'm going, or this party. I'm gonna attack this orc though. That's what's happening. That's what's up. If I can reach him. So yeah.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just use my action to dash so I can get up there in his face instead. So yeah, just tear past Luke with this glaive drawn, and I'm gonna square up right in front of this orc.
Okay.
Actually, and that's my turn.
All right. Roll me insight. I'll give you a free roll of insight as you step closer to this orc. You see, there's just yelling,
Okay.
"Destroy!" And then everybody else is just yelling, "Yeah, destroy, destroy!"
Insight.
A one-note
Yes.
crowd, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Best I'll ever roll for insight.
The orc is yelling, ready from the looks of it. Like easily, you can assume that he's here to destroy whatever it is that you're working on this site. But when you look at his eyes, it seems that that's not what this creature wants. But the way it yells, "Destroy!" and everything, and then all like his minions, all the goblin minions surrounding him, just destroy, destroy, let's go.
Just so I understand, that with that insight check, I can discern that what this individual is doing they do not seem to want to be doing what they're doing.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Like something is making them do whatever it is that they're about to do now. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I think Edwina instinctually is just going to yell out, "Don't kill him! We got to stop! Don't totally annihilate all of them."
Yes, don't annihilate us, but destroy everything. Like the goblins start to yell out, and then the orc goes again and says, "Destroy!" And Arya and Win, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Muted.
Yes, I was.
Might be muted,
I
yes.
am going to. So I have my big spell book with me. So I hear what Idwina has called out. So I am going to. I can do my detect magic ritual, but with my book, I can do it as an action because I didn't prepare it. So I will look in my book. I'll go, "Oh, I know what to do." And that little guy on my shoulder's like, "No, you should do that one." Like, shut up. All right. I'm not doing fireball again. All right. I cast detect magic to see if I'm detecting there's any magical effects on the orc.
And you cast detect magic on the orc, and as you do, your little flamster goes, "Oh, are you spending this much time in casting detect magic? You did not do your preparations again, Aryan Win?"
Well,
Basics. Remember the basics.
I have to choose. I didn't know I'd be needing this.
Yes. And as you complete your detect magic spell, you know that there's an enchantment, like surrounding this orc is just an aura of like enchantment magic. And it's not specific spell, but it is. You can easily deduce that this individual is charmed.
Okay. I will call that out. I think that orc is like somebody messed with it with magic. Probably. I also didn't prepare to spell magic today. Sorry.
And you can see like the disappointed look of your little flamster there. Yeah. You can also tell Aryan Wen that the origin of this magic is fey in nature.
Okay.
Alright,
I will
so
have
there.
moved up as well while doing that so I could cast my spell.
Alright.
All right. Within range. Right.
Okay, so you move within range of the goblins and the orc. So you now see the 6 goblins together with the orc. And now it's their turn, actually. The orc yells out, "Destroy!" and summons from up above a big rock. This orc is casting a spell.
Well, I don't think so, actually. So Ariane Wynn says, excuse me, no, we're not doing that here. Counterspell.
And finally you remember to prepare something important, you know? The Flamster tells you.
Horrible.
Yes. And yes, as he summons like a big rock as its spiritual weapon, the magical rock disappears, and yes, as he summons like a big rock, doesn't know how that happened. And the minions, the goblins, the 6 goblins are also confused, and so what they do is they charge forward towards Edwina. 3 of them charge towards Edwina.
Well, that's a mistake.
And they try just walk closer to you and say, make me a wisdom saving throw, Edwina. 3 times, please.
Well, the first one was a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep doing. I'll keep going. Why not? Right.
Uh-huh.
The 12.
Mhm.
And a 6.
Doing great. You're doing great.
Nailed it.
Yeah, very
Wow. Perfect. And as you see them with their scepter, they're about to hit you, but then they look at you and they see how beautiful you are for at least for the common folk here in the Moonshaes, and they go and say, "You're not as beautiful as you think. You have
So much shade.
you have a piece of vegetable in between your teeth right now. And is that hair coming out from your nose?"
Are you casting cutting words?
They're not casting any spell, but their mocking words deals at least a total of 17 psychic damage to you for failing those saves. As you start to become mindful and conscious about the things that they said.
Dang.
Especially the nose, the hair on the nose is kind of popping out. But
I gotta say, Ariane Win's like, I want to be able to do that. I'm very judgy by nature. That would be hurtful.
and the other 3, one of them walks up to 2 of them, walks up to John, and the other one to Riska. So John, I need you to roll me wisdom saving throw twice, and Riska, roll me wisdom saving throw once.
Dirty 20 on the first one,
Oh.
and a 6 on the second one.
All right.
I got a 5.
Okay. You got a 5. All right. Riska, for you.
I thought we would have been better, more prepared.
This goblet that you have here, and again, these should be you know that you could have killed or eliminate these creatures in like one swing, but for some reason they're the words that they tell you. They hurt. It's like can't even kill us. Your swings are weak, and you take 6 psychic damage from that.
Oh.
All right. And then the other 2 goblins, you save from one, but the other goblin tells you, John, and says, "You're not the real writer."
Oh.
I mean, no joy, but ouch.
And he goes, and you take 4 psychic damage from that.
You got it, boss.
All right.
Rude.
And that is it for these 6 goblins and the orc that you have in front of you. And at the end of their turn, Lug, what would you want to do?
So I have a sense that they're being, that they're under someone's will, a charm of some kind. Here's what I'll do. I will move forward and hold out a hand, and as I do, I'll start singing a song. And there's kind of like a pulse of energy that extends from my hand, and I say, "Away, away, you cold blacksmith, why would you do me wrong?" And as those words come out, I'm going to activate a counter charm. So any creature within 30 feet, which I think should get all of them, is that accurate?
Okay.
Has advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. So if they get to repeat that saving throw, they'll have advantage. Now, I have no idea how we can make them repeat this save. At least that's happened. And then I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Edwina, and I'll say, "Stand fast against the shadow," and give you, kind of a nod, and that's a D8 of bardic inspiration.
Nice. Perfect. Well, first of all, I give you inspiration for that. Singing, I highly encouraged it in this in our
You don't need to
games.
encourage.
Can keep doing it in the next 6 episodes. Perfect. All right. But yeah. So the orc is now under the effect of what you've done. Let's see if it gets out of it charm somehow. So far, nobody has basically done anything to the orc. Are you done with your turn, Luke?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. Riska, it is now your turn.
Yeah, so the orc I get is probably under the influence, but these goblins just seem like they might be butt heads, to be quite honest with you.
That's
So,
right.
yeah. And I really didn't like the smack that guy was talking about me. So I'm going to actually go ahead and lay into this goblin, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to immediately just start raging because of the mean words that he said to me. And the wolf was going to come out, and my hands transform into these massive wolf claws, and I'm just going to come down on this little guy.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oof. I never get used to this side of you.
Drink it in, John.
I have to. It's part of the job.
Oh, sweet. That is a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. You're pretty sure, again, with one strike of your claws, you can eliminate this goblin.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see your hands just impaled on the ground, on the mud. And then the goblin just kisses you on the forehead and says, "Hey, bad luck." All right. As it uses its reaction to basically reverse its fortune, and it doesn't take any damage from your attack, but you pull back your claws, and I think there's something like there's like a splinter or something that's stuck in between the nail and the finger, the claw and the finger, and you take 6 piercing damage from that. That's a big
Big
piece
yikes.
of wood.
So, these guys really do suck. Do I get to take another swing at this guy? or
Yes,
no?
you can. You can do that again. Yes, if you
Definitely
want to.
take another swipe. Because I have the beast claws, I can use my bonus action to take an offhand with. So, I'll do that.
Go ahead.
That is an 18 this time.
That will hit. Yes.
Awesome.
Will it though?
Will it though? Yeah. So that is, let's see. Ooh, sweet. 6, 7, 8 from the rage, 9, 10, 11 points of damage. Slashing.
11 points of damage. Okay. And yep, you shred through its leather armor and it tries to wait, no, don't destroy me. Destroy everything else. And then it just falls to the ground. And this one is no more. The other goblins are shook as like, destroy her!
Yeah,
Destroy
taking-
her!
yeah.
Destroy
Bring it
her!
on. I'm taking my second attack and mowing into another goblin.
Okay.
Destroy me, guys. That sounds great. 7, 13. I got a 15 to hit this time.
15 to hit. That will hit.
Sweet. It maybe will it though? Yeah. Let's.
Alright.
Damn it, Riska, why do you have to make them all angry at you at once?
Because I like to fight in packs against packs, John.
Not while I'm here. How many times do I have to tell you that? Not while I'm here.
That would be 7 points of damage.
All right. And then this one, though, when you hit it, it starts to release a very soothing sound like, oh, that's good. Yes, that's the spot. As you basically, it made it look like you just scratched like a part of its body that's itching, and you could see like a green fey glow all around its body. It's like, oh, this is it. Yeah, more.
I don't like this at all.
I've been there.
Anything, but this one doesn't look damaged from your attack for some reason,
Okay.
as it reverses its fortune again. All right. You know what? I'll let you roll history check if you want to for free, as you've been here for 10 days already.
Let's see what my 10 days of knowledge just gets me here. Turns out not a lot. That is a nat 1.
All right.
I'm not what you call a book learner. I'm more of a mental learner.
You know that the Moonshae Isles, there's a lot of fey creatures here. There's some good fey creatures. Probably, hopefully, Arianuin is one of those good fey creatures. But there are also a lot of not so good fey creatures here, and these goblins, they're one of those, obviously, and they like to trick people, and use their use their enemy strength against them. So there. But if you're done with your turn, John, it's your turn now. What would you like to do?
Jean, hearing the warnings from Arianowin, will turn towards the big earth and flip to a back page of his book and rattle off Dispel Magic.
Oh, Dispel Magic. Okay. And with Dispel Magic,
10 plus the spell's level, so yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
What's I rolled. I don't think your DC matters because I rolled a 7, and this is with advantage because of Lug's ability. So, wait, advantage on the save, right? So, is that what it does, Lug?
He would.
Yeah,
I mean, he would have. It's. I guess this would be a save against being charmed anymore, technically.
Right.
If he is actually magically charmed.
Well, wouldn't it just
Oh,
dispel
to
the effect?
resist. To
It would just
resist.
dispel the effect. I'm just trying to get rid of
Dispel.
the effect anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And yep. And with this, the orc just looks at you and speaks in Orcish. Anybody here can understand Orcish? Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Riska.
Riska.
All right. He goes, destroy? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? That's
Are you with me? Can you hear me, Mr. Orc? Do you understand common?
a little bit. Yes. He goes.
Stop, destroy, real quick, your buddies. Can you? Question mark.
Yatur doesn't want to destroy. Yatur wants to go back to my cave with my people. These goblins, bad fae.
And rude, by the way. Very rude.
Destroy? He's trying to like get like whatever common words he knows, and then he asks destroy
okay.
while pointing at the goblin.
I got you, buddy. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
Will bonus action give a bardic inspiration to Riska?
Okay. How are you inspiring Riska? Is my question.
Just reminding her that her job is on the line with this one. Like this is way too close for my comfort.
I thrive with negative reinforcement, so it works.
So my personal space here is being invaded, and this goblin right here, incredibly rude to me. Please, in their words, destroy.
Got it.
Okay. And John, if you're done with your turn,
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, Edwina, round 2. It's your turn again. What would you like to do?
Well, the orc is disengaging with us. Does it seem like he's leaving?
Looks like it's
what's
back.
the
No,
vibe?
it's back. Yeah, it's back to its senses, and it's something saying in Orcish, which Riska can understand. I'm gonna turn these goblins to dust, basically. But in common, it's just trying to say destroy and then pointing at these goblins.
Okay, I can deal with that. All right. Well, if we're all on the same page, I'm like kind of scanning the group to see what people are doing. Probably this like slow motion freeze frame as Edwina makes eye contact, or not eye contact, but sees Riska on the other side of the road, just like slashing through these goblins, these frosted glass hearts all around the edge of the camera there, as I'm just like, oh no, what is this feeling? But I'm gonna follow her lead and start stabbing some of these things.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make 2 attacks with my glaive.
right.
I'll do the one that's directly in front of me. That is a 14 to hit.
14 will hit it, but I need you to make a charisma
Oh,
saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ooh. I'll use my bardic inspiration just to be safe. Just to be safe. Right?
I was ready to remind you.
A D8, right? Oh, that's wonderful. That comes out to a math 21.
21. All good. Yeah. It's like, no, please. No. And you hit it.
But I do it anyway.
You do it anyway. What's the damage for this?
That is a D10 plus that is 12 points of slashing. Yes, slashing damage with my +1 glaive.
With your glaive. Okay. And with that, it goes you're pretty sure that you hit it in a vital spot. But then the next time you look at this goblin, it's just touching your glaive and like, oh, it feels pretty cold. I love it. And just kind of rubbing its cheek like on the side of your glaive.
Can I just try to hit it again since I have another attack?
You definitely can do that, yes.
16.
16. Okay, yeah, that one hits.
Okay, froze for a second. I couldn't remember if that was a D10. Oh, that's not as amazing. 10 points of slashing damage.
10 points, and this one just, oh, wait, not so good anymore. And this one falls down.
Ew.
Dead.
Okay.
The other two are just looking at you, judging you, and says, destroy. Come on, let's destroy. Come on. Yeah, this is kind of make
It is kind of a bop. I'm like,
Really stuck in my head
Okay.
but that is my turn.
Okay, and Aryan, you know that this is fame magic at work, being manipulated by these goblins to use in an evil manner. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, it looks like these are just little nuisances that we need to just do away with. And I mean, and then you hear a little voice go, you should use a fireball. And I'm like, no, I'll hit all my friends. Stop it. You can't solve all your problems that way. I'll just,
I did.
okay. Now I'll just shoot a fire bolt at the one that's closest to me, that's next to Idwina, and I know
Okay.
it'll probably try and dodge it because it's a little turd, especially because I rolled a 2, and I have a plus 10, so 12.
Okay. That will be a miss, but I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
12 plus 2, so 14.
All right, 14 saves. And the Fey magic that it's trying to do to you, you're familiar with this or actually roll me history, please, or arcana with advantage.
Okay, wow, with advantage even gives me, oh my, I rolled a 19 on the die, plus arcana 8, 27.
27. These goblins that are here right now attacking you, charming orcs and trying to destroy, just basically just being pests here in this island. They can do 2 things. One is they can reverse their fortune. So if they get attacked, they can, instead of taking damage, they could just heal if they want to. Another is they have this ability called Nilbugism, which anyone that attempts to try to harm them, they can try to charm that creature, that individual, to do something for them instead, like praising them, because they like to be praised. So you know this right away.
Do I know that they're what they're called?
They are nilbugs,
Yeah.
It's called
basically.
praise kinks, I think. If you
Praise
Yeah.
kinks, yeah.
So yeah, for
Okay.
those who don't know, yeah, goblin in reverse, that's what you get.
Yeah, Nilbog.
Nilbugs.
So yeah, I guess Arianwin will inform people. Oh, I remember studying about these. These are those nilboggy things. All they really want you to do is just like tell them that they're great, and every time you try to like smack them, they'll make it not work. They'll make you want to kiss their butts. Just gotta smack them a couple times, I think.
If we praise them, does it hurt them?
I mean, it might hurt you because it's gross.
Anything else Arya with after that? Casting Firebolt.
Ew, no.
All right. Now it's the orc's turn. The orc, or actually, their name is. Oops, I lost it. Yatur. There you go. Yatur will cast another spell. And this time he summons another big rock as its spiritual weapon and makes that rock land on one of the goblins with a 20 to hit.
Ooh.
But that goblin just basically takes it all as, ooh, rock bat. I love that. More. But the orc knows, or Yatur knows how these nilbugs work. And as soon as this goblin gets distracted from the giant rock spiritual weapon, his spear pierces its chest with 17 damage, which is more than enough to eliminate this goblin. And the orc just goes and says in common, destroy, and steps on it. And Yatur is done. After Yatur, the goblins will cast a spell. The one that next to Edwina is casting a spell. And if everyone has no problem with it, I
Curious.
need I need Edwina to make a wisdom
Okay,
saving throw.
Whether I
please.
have a problem with it or whether I can do something about it are two different questions.
Right.
You need a wisdom save?
That
Is
is
this
correct.
a charm effect?
This is
Are
going
they
to
trying
really
to charm
well.
us?
Oof.
I would like to remind everybody that we do have a counter charm going. It is quite lovely. You can definitely hear it,
Ooh.
which is the only reason I ask.
It is not charm. I
Okay.
think there are 2 paragraphs. I'm trying to read. Yeah, it's. I don't see the word charm. So yeah.
just- Okay, well, let me just That's a 2
A 2. How
on the
does
die, so a 4 total. Does that make a difference?
I don't think so, but how does Edwina laugh? Is it hideous? Because right now you're doing a hideous laughter at the moment, as
God.
this Nilbug casts Tasha's hideous laughter at you, and because of this, you are now prone and incapacitated, unable to stand up during this duration, and everybody starts seeing Edwina doing a hideous laughter nonstop. The orc is Yatur is confused. The other goblins, while that's happening, the goblins focus on Riska. Riska, I need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws again, please.
Whew, they're really tagging the ladies with no wisdom over here. Oh, that would be a strong 4
Okay.
and an 18. Woo.
All right.
And everybody
18, yeah,
bardic
the
inspiration, but-
insult, yeah, the 18, yeah, no problem. But the other guy starts to mock you and says, "You missed leg day again." And
The gall on this little
I'm
guy.
gonna get slapped in the mouth.
I know, right? Somebody could get punched in the neck.
you take 4 psychic damage for that as you look down on your legs, see if
Yeah, how they're looking.
Yep.
Just because I did skip leg day, but we were so busy.
And yep, that's it for the goblins. Luke, it's your turn again. What would you like to do?
Okay, Luke is going to pull out his twin rapiers and charge around John's back, kind of sliding in the mud that's there, the part of the road that hasn't been finished
Oh.
yet. And I'm going to do a slashing flourish.
Ooh.
And so I'll kind of pull up
Huh?
beside the 2 goblins and attack one. Let's see here. That is a natural 20.
Nice.
So that's going to be 2d8 plus 2.
No need to roll because again, as it looks at you, it reverses its fortune. Nah.
So now I roll a saving throw.
Do that again. Yep. But make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
As it does, it's Nilbegism on you.
That's an 18.
An 18, all good. Yeah. Do it again. Goblin
If you
punch.
wish. So, all right, it takes no damage.
It takes no damage from the first attack, yes.
All right, Luke is learning. Let's see. Just for fun to learn something, I'm going to. So I finished my slashing flourish, which also deals extra damage to the other one. But when it takes that damage, would it be the same thing?
Yep, you should be able to, yes. So how much is
Activated
the
on
damage?
on the damage being taken?
What is this?
So this is slashing flourish,
Right.
so it just
Alright.
it just takes 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
I mean, they each would, but I don't know if that.
Yep, it hits target you hit. So yep, what's the damage of 5? Okay.
Yeah, they both would take that.
The other
And
one
then-
is still alive. Yeah,
Okay,
badly hurt.
that'll be it for me. I'll just kind of like hold my ground behind them with my swords drawn. Give a wink at Riska.
Okay. John, make me a dexterity saving throw, please, if you don't mind.
I'm really bad at those. You sure you don't want charisma?
It will be a dexterity.
That is a 14.
A 14. All right. As you see Luke's flashy move, the mud just kind of goes towards your direction, but it just hit your shirt. Thank God, with a 14.
Bro. Why?
That's a
I
very-
just had this laundered. This is. I hate fighting so much.
And with Luke done with its turn, Riska, your turn again.
Okay. I don't know why you would wear a fancy shirt. You thought we were attacking dogs today. And I'm gonna go with the goblin.
You travel light, so you only have the one shirt. You just get it clean, and then it's like, oh, anyway.
Yeah, it's leather. It lasts.
But it's.
I'm gonna swing at the little guy who insulted my not small legs.
Okay, noted.
That would be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, it doesn't have a reaction anymore, so yeah, it cannot.
Oh yes, Graham flushed
Reverse the
them. I'm gonna
damage.
destroy these little guys. Yay. So that's 11 with the first swipe.
11. Oh, wait, your legs are great. Your legs.
Yeah.
Your legs. Yeah, slash across its face. And yep, that 11 is enough. The other one is wounded and already yelling, "You are the god of legs. Please do not destroy me. We want to destroy the road, not you."
Oh, that's
First,
like a 25 to hit.
that hits, yes.
That's another 11 points.
Tell me, how are you basically ending
As
this goblin?
I swipe this little goblin out of the way, I'm gonna just kind of boot him because I'm the queen of legs out of the way, and then I'm just stepping in and coming up with a strong underclaw into this little goblin. I just really want him to get as much air as possible.
And yeah, and you do those strikes, and you know that that's overkill. All right, they just fly in the air, and then you swing and slash them again, and just tumbling down the road, or the pathway, and then that one is gone. And anything, there's just one goblin left that's next to Edwina. For some reason, this goblin is just making jokes, and Edwina, for some reason, is just laughing.
Well, I don't know why that's happening. I'm going to assume it's terrible Fey Goblin magic. And since I have movement and one more attack left, I'm going to just bull rush this little guy. So,
Okay.
And actually, what I am going to do, since I got some good speed and momentum going, I'm going to do a flying double leg drop. Just blammo, flying drop kick into this little guy.
All right. Holy crap. Okay. Good
All right.
luck.
Good luck. I love the sound of that.
Now this is the guy that I shot with the. Oh, I missed fireball. Never mind.
All right.
I got a
John.
24 to hit,
Oh.
flying through the air. Strong.
24, yes. Cannot avoid that damage anymore. Yes. Go.
Awesome.
Roll for damage.
Just 10 this time.
Again, you feel like it's not your strongest attack, but when you kick it, hits its face, you hear a crack. And this one just falls down. And it's gone. And these goblins, the ones that's pestering the workers here, they're all gone. Now, after this combat is done, workers have run off back to Cork, the town of Cork. The only person here right now that you see aside from the party is the orc named Yatur. And after a minute or so, Edwina, if you don't succeed on your save, then you stop laughing after a minute.
John
Back to
immediately
normal.
after combat would work to help her recover from that horrible laughing fit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Yatur walks up to you and says, "Thank you, friends. Not good speaking the folk tongue, but goblins really bad."
In orc, I'm gonna say, yeah. What exactly happened, man?
He goes, "It says, these goblins came to my cave I'm part of the Ember Cave tribe here, and then points at the mountain range nearby, which is the Orkskill Mountains, and says, "I don't like fighting. We like to stay in our cave, stay warm, and just draw. But these goblins come in, they force me out, they want me to destroy things, and now I'm here. I've destroyed a lot of things. I'm so sorry." And he goes to you, "I don't know." And then he just kind of just starts feeling like whatever, like on his pouches or whatever he has and his belongings. And I don't have anything that I can give you, but this one came from our ancestors. You can have it. I can't understand what it says. Well, I can read it, but I don't understand what it means. But maybe it might be useful to you, since you're not an orc from here, are you? Looking at Yuriska.
Nah.
Then this is only what I can give. It says it will reveal a good drawing on this fragile little piece of whatever this is, and then gives you basically a scroll, folded scroll, and just gives it to you. And and there's something written in Orcish. Do you open and look what's on? All right. In Orcish, it says, "As I bathe in High King's blood, the path to Chalice, life will reveal itself." And you can see that some of the writing here, it's hard to read, but these are the legible words that you can read for it.
Make out.
Yeah, and you can see that it's just written like on the top part of the scroll. There's like a big open space below, so there should be something there, but
Nothing.
it's an empty space. Yes.
I'm gonna look at John and be like, "Yeah, this is way more of a you thing than a me thing." So I'll translate this and let you hash this whole thing out. Also, you might want to talk to this guy because he sounds like he was a pacifist too, and I don't know how to relate on that level. So you're gonna want to talk him down. Sounds like he did a lot of stuff he regrets. So
yeah, we've had a language barrier earlier, but I can poke around in his mind a little bit and see what's going on.
yeah.
Do you need artwork?
He's an artist.
Yeah. Sorry. I will start using communicating with him through the gem Dragonborn's telepathic messages. So we don't need to share a language. We could share thoughts and feelings.
Okay, yeah, and basically tells you that again, this Yatur is from they're from the Ember Cave tribe and up in the Orkskill Mountain, and
try to poke around for any more information he can give on what caused him to pop out, who specifically did this to them.
The goblins. It's these fey creatures have been popping out of walls, ground, and air. Something is making them come out. I'm not sure what it is, but
any relics, artifacts recently? Anything after the war?
The only thing I have is that pointing at the scroll that you're holding now, and that was made before the war of whatever the folks and the Fae have down in this area.
Thank you. I thank Yator profusely for the map and the information that he can provide, as well as empathize to him as best as I possibly can. That you're okay, my friend. It wasn't you. You need to go back to your people now and do your best to protect them.
I guess okay, and then can he read your thoughts? Like,
Yeah, no,
your
we can.
surface
I mean,
thoughts?
I could get into his head, but he can't really get into mine. But I
Okay,
can,
okay.
whatever I project, he can project. I can hear whatever he's thinking,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, and if you come back here and then kind of gives you like general direction of where their cave is located, their tribe is located,
Right.
and if you give them some time, probably like a few 10 days, then he'll try to give you a gift, a drawing out of stone, for for saving him from these goblins that controlled him and ask him to destroy
I
things.
mean, your tribe is fascinating. Living out there on your own, just surviving like that in the wilderness by yourself. It sounds like an absolutely fascinating tale. Everybody would want to hear it, and I'm sure it's riveting television.
Television?
It's something I'm working on. It's never mind. Don't worry too much about it.
I see. The Yatur goes, yes. Our ancestors have shed a lot of blood already, and this has just reminded me of that. Maybe that thing is the one that's cursed our tribe for so long. So I'm ready to let go. It's yours.
Oh, whoa! John will definitely start handling it much more daintily as he hears curse.
And then Yatur starts walking back home for that. And with this, now you have this scroll with you with a message: as I bathe in High King's blood, the path to Chalice life will reveal itself. What do you want to do now?
Hand the scroll to the wizard to see if it's actually cursed.
I would like to get my grubby little hands on it and examine it.
All right.
So I cast Detect Magic a minute ago. I don't know. I mean, it goes for 10 minutes.
If it goes for 10 minutes, yes, you still have time.
Anything magical? Any auras coming off of this?
Looking at it, there's definitely conjuration magic on this scroll, but you know that there's one thing that needs to be done to activate that.
Apparently, you need to bathe this in the High King's blood, and then a path will be revealed to a chalice. Does Arianwin know? Like, is chalice capitalized? Does it look like it's the name of a place, or is it more like the thing? You know, like the cup.
It looks like again, the text here on the scroll is
an orcish.
Yes, and
Like,
barely
what now,
legible. Yes,
Riska? This word
there's
here.
like 5-6 missing words here, and some of the script here is like can easily misunderstand it if you don't read it right.
So it looks like whoever wrote this was like either like really in a rush or like in some trouble or whatever the situation was. But yeah, they did a terrible job.
Well, give me a few minutes. I'll sit down and open a book and page through to my comprehend languages ritual and be like, give me 10 minutes. Why don't you all clean up? I'll take care of this and I'll do the ritual. And if I'm allowed us that much time, and see if there's any other words on here that I could translate. Once I'm translating it, whatever. Investigate. Arcana. To see if I can discern anything else.
Roll me Arcana with advantage, please.
Ooh, 10 and 7. So that's 18, I think. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, 18.
You spend more time studying this scroll, Arianwin, and try to get Riska's help to translate if needed. Some of the letters here and words, and you can tell again it's difficult because of whoever wrote this either has really bad handwriting, but mostly you can tell it's because this scroll is really old. Like I'm looking at the dates right now, possibly more than a millennia ago, if I'm correct, which how can this piece of paper survive, right? And it's
Mhm.
probably due to its magical nature. But
In that sense, it's doing fantastic.
what's more interesting here, Aryan Win, is that after 10 minutes of studying this, there's familiar magic, faint familiar magic on the scroll. And as you realize what that is, that magic has the same signature as Flamsterd's magic. And then you look at your little Flamsterd on your shoulder, and then he goes and says, "Fuck." And that's where we'll end our first episode. Oh no.
What a scandal.
All right.
Thank you for joining us and watching Moonshae Isles, Castle of Skulls. To find out more about the Moonshaes or play through the Rising Shadows storyline that precedes this adventure, please check out mythmakers.com/moonshaes. That's mythmakers with a y.com/MOONSHAES. Thank you, and may the Earth Mother preserve and protect you. Thank you for joining us and watching Moonshae Isles, Castle of Skulls. To find out more about
Not the intro. Not the intro. Hold on. That's the stream. All right. We did it, everybody. All right. So, yeah, I don't know how I got zoomed out. But anyways, you can tune in 2 weeks for the next episode of the not the Malefic Delusions of Castle of Skulls with this amazing cast. The fully produced version of this will be going up on our YouTube channel. So over on YouTube, just search for Baldman Games. Send that link to your friends and family. Because they didn't watch it live with you. Because I don't know, they don't love you as much as we do. But that's whatever. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, participated in the giveaway. Congratulations again to Redbeard the Pirate King, and I'm gonna give a hand to our cast, Paul and Chris and Jess, and Todd and Graham and Gwen, of course, everybody, and Ted and Spencer in the background. A hand to everyone. We've made it through episode 1. Yeah, so the other one will be up on YouTube, and 2 weeks from now, that's gonna be December 7th. You can tune in again, and we'll be doing this again. Hopefully with less me. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. That is it for tonight.